First, we go to Saudi Arabia, where Arts.21 was allowed the rare privilege of filming. We visited a spectacular new building designed by a German architect.
It's already become something of a landmark in Riyadh, the new King Fahd National Library. The building is officially due to open in November. When the design by Eckhard Gerber and his team won a competition in 2002, it became their pass into Saudi Arabia's huge construction industry.
We've had so many lovely commissions here, and most of them we'd never have had in Germany.
Although traditionally a strict conservative and isolated country, Saudi Arabia is beginning to open up and modernize. Here in Riyadh's new King Abdullah financial district, Gerber is building a modern information center, a butterfly garden, and one of the main stations on the kingdom's inaugural underground line. The Riyadh Development Authority is looking to Gerber architects Dortmund for more and more construction projects.
We find the way or the style of Gerber is pure, clean lines, and it's belong to the local architecture.
The library's facade comprises an elegant network of sails that serve both as sunshades and a nod to Bedouin culture. Inside, the rooms are functional and airy.
The library is covered, but inside it's still very open. You have this wonderful view outside. Behind us is the beautiful park, which we also helped plan. You have a view all around the city, and yet the building is protected. This dialectic interplay forms the core of my work.
Rafa Al-Bouali is a young architect looking for a good job, and this is her kind of architecture. But she didn't graduate from Riyadh's new Women's University. The Saudi government sent her to study in Germany. But finding work is tough. In Saudi Arabia, women are banned from driving and living alone. Rafa wants to get into a profession once only open to men. But still, she must adhere to Saudi's strict laws that also apply in the new National Library.
As a Saudi woman, I think it's good that there's a department where I can move freely without the cloak, without a veil. It's well designed with glass and natural daylight. And still the women aren't seen from outside. I like that, but unfortunately there's still quite a lot of artificial light here. And it's a bit more cramped than the open reading room upstairs.
Women will be allowed into the main reading room once it's opened, but only under a veil. The windows here are transparent, not frosted like in the women-only section. What Rafa likes best is that the old 1980s library has been fully incorporated into the new one. It will be used to store books, connected to the new building by a series of footbridges. But it's rare in Riyadh's booming construction sector for old buildings to be integrated into new architecture.
It would be nice if people built modern buildings, but at the same time kept the old architectural soul.
There's very little traditional Arab architecture left in the country. Here in the old port city of Jeddah, buildings are still adorned with wooden shutters that protect their occupants from the glare of the sun and the eyes of strangers. In the works of Gerber architects, these traditional latticework features and constructions are given a modern twist. Like another of their big projects in Riyadh, the Prince Salman Science Oasis. The facades of the exhibition pavilions are made of glass fibre cement with computer-generated patterns based on traditional designs.
What I especially like in Gerber architects' designs is the mashrabiyah, these pieces that are very traditional here, and then are painted bold colors. Then they look modern and traditional at the same time. Beautiful.
The Sphere will eventually become a venue for 3D movies, a minor sensation in a country known for its ban on cinema. But for now, the Prince Salman Science Oasis is still just a construction site. Can Rafa imagine working here, in this male domain?
Actually, I'd enjoy it. I'd like to work on something like this, but probably not in Saudi Arabia. Firstly, because I'd have to dress like this in black, and that's impractical for work. And secondly, men aren't used to seeing women in the workplace.
A woman on a construction site is a bit problematic in Saudi Arabia. But if Rafa wants to learn the construction side of things, she'd do well in Germany, where that's normal. Here, still, things have a ways to go.
We hope that someday it'll be possible for women to work on a building site in Saudi Arabia, too.
We're going to work on it.
Yes, maybe we'll be the first.
Rafa doesn't know yet whether she'll work for Gerber Architects in Saudi Arabia or Germany or elsewhere. But the young Saudi architect and her German colleague are unanimous. They've picked the best job in the world.
Every country has to develop, and I think architecture can play a major role in that. Architecture influences people, subconsciously. No one notices it, either in municipal rooms or a building. They form certain sensitivities, and that shapes the people, and that's gradually how a country develops.
Langsam auch weiterentwickeln.